I would not be ashamed of what gives me money. I would never. And that's why sometimes we say there's dignity in labor. I would never. And I've said that if what would give me money is being a night soil man or a day soil man, I will do it. I will do it, provided it gives me good income. I will do it. And so Christians must not be ashamed to be properly or gainfully occupied, no matter what it is. Let the shame be more from asking for help than from making an income. Praise the Lord. I would also cut down on my expenses as a person. It is important that we live within our means. I would do everything. Someone would say, I don't even have enough. Where am I cutting from? If you cannot cut your expense, increase your income. I tell anybody, if you cannot cut your expense, you must increase your income. The important thing is that one must live within his or her means. Except you live within your means, you will always be in debt. Except you live, it is the only way. Except you live within your means, you will always be in debt. You must find means. You must find ways. In a way, it will manage your finances such that whatever your income, you will always have surplus of income over your expenditure. Unless that happens, you will always be in trouble. If you find that you are in financial difficulty, there is nothing wrong in renegotiating your debts. If you are owing, you're already in debt, there's nothing wrong in telling your creditor, look, I cannot pay this money. I cannot pay it on the terms we have agreed. But can you rearrange the debt? Can you do something? How many of us are usually more comfortable when a debtor calls you on the date he or she is supposed to pay and tells you it's so difficult and say, I cannot pay, please can you give me so time? And another time he calls. Rather than keeping quiet, I'm making you wonder if he's owing you. Which one is better? How many of us? Do I have witnesses? Sometimes somebody is owing you, it's not even mentioned you, and you are wondering, is this person owing me? You are not sure anymore. But if the person mentions it now and then, you seem to be more comfortable to know that this person is doing something about it. And so you can always, and those such persons will always be glad to have a renegotiation on debt. I find that if you were supposed to pay 50,000 over 5 payments of 10,000, you can still negotiate and make it 10 payments of 5,000. I'm sure it will still add up to 50,000. I've spoken so much about help. If you are asking for help, you can ask for help. There is nothing wrong. In fact, it is being proud not to ask for help when you need one. If you really need help, you can ask for it, but ask for it responsibly. Someone comes to you and says, sir, I'm having challenge, I would like to do business. And he looks at you in the face and says, can you give him or her 3 million to buy a car to start a business? But he's asking for help. And he's asking for 3 million. And you're wondering, what gives this person? And sometimes they are more audacious than you, the one who has the money. The way they will ask you, they will make you feel guilty for not doing it. And, so please put yourself on the other side of the table. And I will advise us that we should all have a farm. Our basic needs, food, shelter, clothing. If you're having financial difficulty, one of the things you can do for yourself is to have a farm for yourself. As much as possible, don't buy the food you eat. As much as possible. If you can cut your expenses, how many of us know that food takes a chunk of our income? If you can take care of your food costs by farming, it will do you a lot of good. If you can live close to your place of work such that you walk down there instead of transporting down there, it will do you a lot of good. And about clothing, these are the basic needs that we need. About clothing, during financial difficulties, that is not the time you buy the best of clothes. What you need to do is manage old clothes and make them useful. The most important thing is to look neat. If you have idle assets, Pastor here was talking about idle men. If you have idle properties that you are not using, not necessarily land, you have a fan that you are not using. Maybe you have 2 fans and you are only using one. Why keep the second one if you don't really need it? Sell it off. Anything that is of value that you are not using and you may not use, instead of it piling it up for junks. I see people who park their cars that they are not using, park it for years, and the car rots, completely goes down. That could have been sold. I would like to conclude this way so that my time is already up so that we can take questions. That except you can only thrive financially. Thriving financially means flourishing financially. It means having surplus over your expenditure. You can only thrive. The only means of thriving financially is to spend less than you earn. Or put it the other way around, is to earn more than you spend. However you want to approach it, whether as a half glass of water or how do you say it? Half full and half empty. However you want to approach it. Either earn more and spend less, or spend less and earn more. But this is the only way by which we can thrive financially. Praise the Lord. Thank you for your time. I would like to take questions. I hope I've been able to communicate or been able to say something meaningful. But I would like to take questions, and I believe I will hopefully do better if I have questions. Yes, I have somebody there.